welcome to the first episode of SYSTA, Sell Your Soul to Art. We are gonna review a small artist that is called Spanish Omelet, or Kitty. And
Yes.
yeah, I guess we can just hop right into the questions. So, introduce yourself a little bit, if you can.
Okay. Hi, I am Katie, or Spanish Omelet, on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. I am a small-time artist. I mainly focus on paper or like on digital or on traditional. Sometimes I do on different type of material. I really like different media, like black and white charcoal on grayscale paper, or just regular traditional art.
Alright, so how long have you been doing art?
I think ever since I started to draw everything, ever since I was young. I remember having the opportunity, anytime I had the opportunity to draw, I would draw. And if it was in middle school, elementary school, get really excited to do an art project,
Oh, yeah, like
Yeah.
little doodles on the side and actual projects
Yeah.
for school.
Yeah.
So you,
Or on my free time.
so you enjoyed art all throughout your childhood, right?
Yes. If only I could still have my old art from when I was a child, but that was a long time ago.
I get that. What are your inspirations? What are your favorite artists? Like, who do you draw inspiration from?
Yeah, well, obviously, the OGs, Van Gogh, Leonardo da Vinci, but mostly I focus on anyone I can find on TikTok and Instagram. For example, JJ Bug, you're drawing pineapple, the epic artist, super great artist, super talented. And for inspiration, I love looking at other artists' work and learning from them. I often scroll on TikTok and Twitter and Instagram for models and ideas, and or finding cute things to draw. That's how I also got the idea for my cottagecore beauties series. I was scrolling on Twitter and I saw these beautiful models, and I was like, oh my god, I need to draw. Also from just anywhere in around me, I'll often find, like, my dog. I'll draw my dog. My family is also a big help. They also give me great ideas. Anywhere I look, I think I can find something I can draw.
Yeah, finding inspiration in everyday life from everything.
Yeah.
So I get that. So you draw inspiration from the outside world, like all of it inspires you, basically.
Absolutely, yeah. I always feel like I'm constantly getting ideas. Sometimes it's a little difficult because I'll be working on something, like, for example, work or another project, and I'll suddenly get an idea and I have to stop what I'm doing so that I could either write down my idea before I forget, or draw.
Does your art tell a deeper story that we should know about?
Well, in my drawings, I hope for people to see the beauty in things like I do. I like to include, or try to include, diversity. I draw different body types and different cultures. So I really want, people to see that, to see not only just a simple drawing, but to see the story behind it, the textures, the story, the curving, the emotion from it.
It's kind of like folklore.
Yeah.
How does your art affect your life?
like I said before, I am always constantly thinking of ideas. It's kind of sometimes distracting. I stop what I'm doing to draw or to write down my ideas before I forget. Um, and sometimes I'll be having a conversation and my mind will be constantly running with ideas, with like, oh, this is what I should draw next. This is a great idea for this drawing. This is what I should add to this drawing. It's it's an all day, every day art is in my mind, in my soul.
Would you say it's an important substance for everyday normal life?
Absolutely, absolutely. I feel, art can be anywhere. Art could be anything. Anything can be art. And that's the beauty of art, that we have a lot of art, modern art now, and in traditional art. We have art that we don't really understand, but it's still beautiful. And I think it's really important to have that, even if it's something that we can actually touch, if we could feel, we could smell. It's art, and it's beautiful. It tells a story.
Do you maybe have inspirations from old sculptures and architecture?
I would definitely try. I mean, I want to draw inspiration to draw buildings. I've seen many different absolutely amazing buildings. But my art skill level isn't quite there yet. I'm definitely improving, but I need to work
Yeah,
more on,
you need to
hopefully
you need
working
to
on
get
drawing
more you
more.
need to get more confident.
Yeah.
You need yeah, you need to build it up. There's nothing to it.
Yeah.
So, what is your most? what is your proudest work that you ever did?
I'm proud of all of my work, but I know I have a lot to improve on. You can always be better and do better. But I'd say my proudest work is the parrot I did, the one in oil pastel and on grayscale paper. It was my first time drawing it. It was in high school art class. It was my first time trying that media. My first time drawing color, actually, because if you see in most of my work, I don't really add color. I don't feel like my art isn't made to have color, if that makes sense, or maybe I'm not good at adding color to my art. But it was my first time trying specifically oil pastels on grayscale paper, and I feel like I did pretty good. It looks pretty realistic, and it's my proudest work.
Excellent, excellent. Um, so would you say you have sold your soul to art? Would you say that?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, art is always on my mind. I'm constantly doodling. I'm constantly drawing. I have my phone with me all the time, and it's what I do for my digital work. Um, so I'm constantly, jotting down drawings or ideas. So yeah, I'd say art is pretty much my whole life right now.
Would you have something to add on to newer artists who are just starting out, who are still small?
Yeah, yeah, I definitely start with getting your art out there. Even if you think that it's bad, there might be someone out there that would absolutely love your work, and never stop. Even if you might get hate for it, you could always, always, always improve and work on your art. If it makes you happy, then do it. Go out there and do it. Just start. Um, Definitely, I'd recommend taking classes, even if it's in middle school and high school. I took art for like my whole school, like from elementary, middle school to art school, and my teachers were a great inspiration. They were a great help.
They supported
They
you.
give you, I'm sorry?
They supported you.
Oh, absolutely. And they gave me the schools, they give you different materials to work with, so that way you could find your own work to do later on. If you don't like just drawing on paper, you can do modeling with clay. If you don't like doing with what's it called? just any material. Like I said, that's how I found with Gray Scout paper. I didn't even know that existed, and my high school teacher let us. It was for a project, and it was amazing. I fell in love with the black and white charcoal and in oil pastel. Um, so yeah, just definitely, I definitely just start. If you have an idea, jot it down. If you have a doodle idea, just doodle it and work on it, and just do what you love. Do what you love.
The first step is always the most difficult one.
Oh yeah,
So
it's
you want,
most difficult, but once you do it, it'll be smooth sailing.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Would you say that art has helped you mentally? Do you have mental issues, or if
Yeah,
you're comfortable?
I have some really bad past trauma, and
Hmm.
drawing has been a great distraction. Um, it also helps with my untreated ADHD, and I'm in the autism spectrum, and drawing has really um, helped with that. It's distracting, but in a good way. I'm sorry?
It lifted a lot of
Oh,
burden.
absolutely. Absolutely, yes. Um, the constant ideas and constant thinking and constant, like I said, like my mind is always running with all of these thoughts, but it's fun in a way. It's fun. It's I get to, draw my ideas and then just watch it come to life like while I'm doing it. And I look back at my work and I'm like, I did this. I did something with my hands that, not normally, people can do. But if you just start, you can do it. If you practice and if you work hard, and if you just take that first step, you can definitely do it. Anyone can be an artist, anyone can be an inspiration, anyone can just take that first step.
Did you have formal schooling, by the way? Were you in art school or something like that?
I was not in art school. Like I said, I only took art all throughout elementary, middle school, and high school. Like the whole years. So practically, all my life. And so yeah, like I said, they were my teachers were absolutely amazing. They were great inspiration. They were always supportive. Anytime I had, a question, anytime I had a stump, they were always there. Our teachers are always the most creative and most supportive in any way possible. So they were definitely a great.
With sciences and biology, mathematics, geography, whatever, it's always so strict and monolithic. You could say you don't get
Absolutely.
to you don't get to express yourself. You don't get to really uh, get out of the box. You cannot get out of the box in those areas. But with art, you can do anything. It's an endless
Absolutely.
possibility.
I was
There's
never good at high school or middle school. I wasn't really good at math. I wasn't really good at science, history, but art, it spoke to me. It was my passion. It opened new worlds to me. It opened new doors. I was able to, like I said, thanks to the help of my teachers, um, it was beautiful, and I am now able to look back and I'm like, this is beautiful, and I did this. And then it's all thanks to, the support of my teachers, the support of my parents, the support of my whole family, my brother and my mom, my dad, they're a great help, great inspiration, and they're very supportive.
would you ever get bored of aesthetics?
I don't think so because there's already so many different types of aesthetics, um, different types of, I guess you could say, cores, different. There's so many different types that I don't think I would get bored. Different, yeah, yeah. I definitely wouldn't. There's, my art style isn't really made for horror stuff, but I'd like to try that in the future. I haven't yet, but I'd like to definitely try that in the future. Um, Most of my art, it's very flowy, very soft, very like curvy.
Gentle. I would say it's very gentle.
Yeah. Okay, so I am Spanish Omelet. Please check out my work at on TikTok. TikTok Spanish Omelet 3008. Instagram Spanish Omelet underscore 2.0, and on Twitter Spanish O 3008.
Thank you so much for watching the first episode of SYSTA, and to expand our visions for art, for aesthetics, for meaning, and for art.